Hello, welcome again to another episode of the Goalpost Gossip podcast. I'm your host, Alton. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and follow the movement. Without further ado, let's dive into this week's topic. Yes, as we all know, this week Champions League is full of excitement. Yes, Champions League this week is full of excitement. The first day, which was Tuesday, we see a total of 43 goals in that one day, man. 43 goals. That was very exciting. The games were very exciting. All of them, except for two. There was only two games that didn't produce any goals, and but every other team delivered, man. Like, it was just goals, and more goals. That was just like switching screens, back and forth. And every time I go to a game, another goal score, another one. Yeah, very exciting week of Champions League. And with that 43 goals scored on Tuesday, then the ones that scored on Wednesday also, it amassed to a total of 71 goals over the 2 days of Champions League, which make it the most goals scored in a Champions League week. Previously, the record was 64, and that was like, I think, last season when they had all 18 team plays on one day, and they scored a total of 64 goals. But this week, that record shattered, man. 71 goals in total for the week of Champions League. A lot of goals. And it's not to say that all these teams have very bad defense. It's just that the attacking teams were like relentless. You know, the attacking teams are very strong. They play attractive football. And goals and goals. And also we saw a total of 5 red cards and 6 penalties, which is a lot. But nevertheless, excited week of Champions League. Looking forward to domestic leagues this weekend. So talking about the games on the individual aspect, we first talking about Chelsea. Of course, we're going to be talking about Chelsea. Yeah, Chelsea versus Ajax. That fixture has always seemed to be a very interesting fixture over the years, over the couple of times that we met. I think the last time we met, there was a total of like 8 goals in that game. This time around, it was a total of 6. And Chelsea, yeah, it was a no 3-3. Chelsea trashed them like 5-1. Personally, I think that we should have scored more goals. We created a lot of opportunities. Some of them were unfortunate that we didn't score. The keeper did showed up on a couple of occasions, man. But the goals that scored, like, he was helpless. He couldn't have done anything. You know what I mean? But congratulations to Chelsea. Well done. Let's continue with this tremendous performance and take it into the Premier League this weekend. Right? Yeah, we can do that. Also, with the Chelsea game, I saw that some of our regular starters didn't start, which was a little bit concerning at the beginning, but nevertheless, the job get done by the youngsters, right? And so we don't have nothing to complain about because the job get done. The youngsters, they did show up. A very youthful team that Enzo started with and finished the game with also. Because at halftime, he made like four substitution. Tyreek George came on and he have a flair, man. You know, he scored, which was very good for him. Estavio was like the player. Man. He was killing it on both sides and central. He was just everywhere. He was just, yeah. And I can tell, man, Chelsea future looking bright. The kids are finally coming alive, and we like that for the team. So as I said, let's see how we take this positive result into the Premier League this season. And also I really like the fact when Estavio won that penalty and Enzo gave him the ball. That was very, very captain-like. That was very good, and the kid get his first Champions League goal, which was amazing. You know what I mean? You know, if it was some players, man, they would fight for it. They want to take it. You know what I mean? So it was very good to see that Enzo have that trust in the young talent, and he decided to, you win it, you take it, go for it. So that was very good, and the celebration was very exciting and very good to see that. Moving over to PSG, PSG was like on a goal rampage also. Yeah, they blew away Leverkusen, man. PSG let Leverkusen look like they never won a championship in their life. Yeah, they blew them away. It was like 7 goals, yeah. And it was a very exciting game too. Both teams got red card, so it turns out to be a very level battlefield. So PSG was even dominating before at the beginning of the game. PSG was dominating, to be honest, but they put on a show. They put on a show, and what is pretty amazing is that PSG took 8 shots. I mean, get 8 shots on target. 8. And of the 8 shots that they get on target, they score 7 goals. That is a pretty amazing record right there. That is amazing. And PSG looking good. They are the defending champions. Of course, they have to look good. But yeah, they are showing that they want to retain their trophy. So let's see how that goes. Barcelona was also amazing on the day. They scored 6 goals. And Rashford was on the score sheet, which is pretty amazing and very good for Rashford, because you all know that Rashford is like one of my favorite players. I really admire Marcus Rashford. I wanted him to come to Chelsea, man. I would take him over Garnacho, to be honest, without a doubt, I would say. But it never happened. But Rashford is enjoying life over there in the Barcelona. I'm pretty sure he don't want to come back to Manchester United. Who would, though? Who would want to come back to Manchester United? Also, another game, Bayern. Oh, yeah, Bayern. I think in the Champions League, Bayern looks way more dangerous than everyone else. Bayern just, yeah, they just can't stop win. They can't stop score. Harry Kane scoring, I think, every game that he played for Bayern. Wow, that guy is like a scoring machine, man. He's a robot. Yeah, I think he scored in every single game that he played for Bayern. He just score. And the first goal by that teenager guy, what's his name? Carl. That goal was phenomenal, man. I would watch that goal over and over. The way how he just burst through and took the shot, the confidence to take it on. Oh my goodness. That was an amazing goal. Very, very great goal. And touch and goals, man. Nico scored. I mean, Nico missed a pretty simple chance. Nico missed, but nevertheless, he get on the score sheet. The goal that he scored was very, very easy. It was a tap in. So, but you know, he makes sure that it went in. that was the issue that we were having with Nico. He wasn't making sure that those goals go in. You know what I mean? But yesterday, he did make sure that it went in. So, very good job, Nico, and congratulations, you get your goal. Yeah, you deserve it, Nico. You're still a very good player, and we expect you to excel and then come back. I am expecting that. I don't know what is the coach plan, but I am expecting Nico to excel, and then we take him back at the end of the season. But let's see how that turns out, right? Manchester City also won their game like Harry Kane. Erling Haaland is a beast. He just score in and score out. Every week he's on the score sheet. Whether Manchester City win or they lose, Erling Haaland just gotta be on the score sheet, man. And, I mean, he's a beast also. So they won their game. It wasn't a very convincing win. It wasn't so much of a dominant performance as was expected by Manchester City. But they're on a good run, you know, in the league and also in the Champions League. They are on a very good run, Manchester City. Arsenal also looking good in Champions League. They're also one of the 8 teams who are yet to lose a game. So Arsenal put on a show in the second half against Atletico Madrid. They blew them away in the second half. Like in 13 minutes, Arsenal scored like 4 goals. Like bam, 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 bam. You know? And I say this already, and I'm going to say it again, that Arsenal is the most consistent team in the Premier League. We all know that. And their form is, showing also in the Champions League. They are yet to lose a game, and they're scoring goals, and they have a very, very good defensive record. They're not my friends. I am not a fan, but I do watch them because they're my rivals. And, the truth is they look good, which is scary. But as I said, City is back on the rise in Premier League also, even though Liverpool is failing. City is on the rise. And talking about Liverpool finally win a game. Yeah. Liverpool finally win a game.
Oh, yeah.
They won their game 5-1, which was a pretty dominant performance, you know. Liverpool looking like they started to take things serious. But that's just one game, though. How can you say they're starting to take things serious? They should have from the beginning. Well, I don't know. Maybe this is Liverpool redemption. Redemption time for Liverpool. I don't know. Maybe that's what it is, man. But yeah, Liverpool won. Etiquette scored. And something that I observed, I'm not the only one who observed it. I know the world saw that because it is blatant. Mohamed Salah was on the bench. And we're seeing more of Salah on the bench. What is going on? Is it time for Saudi Arabia? Don't do my man Salah like that. It's just sad to see, players, they can give you their haul, and then, as they dip in form a little bit, then they slide on the pecking orders. Not to say it come with age, it just come with your performance, because Harry Kane is older than Salah and all of them, and Harry Kane is still doing exceptionally well. He's starting, he's playing out all the games, he's playing every minute, you know what I mean? So, unfortunately, the effect of Arne Slot is affecting Salah, to show that Arne is not that excellent coach that y'all think he is. He's not. He inherited the good team. Salah was on fire, going good, and he continues into the time that he inherited the team. Now he's supposed to leaving his imprint on the team, and it is not good for Salah, obviously. So I think this is the time that Salah really miss Jota, R.I.P., Luis Diaz, and I would say Mane. I think Salah would do well. And most overall, I think he makes Alexander-Arnold. Because Alexander would be the one who, bursting down and putting in those glorious crosses for Salah. Also, he would burst down the flank and find Salah some way, somehow. And I think he missed those players, man, because they used to be feeding him with balls, and you have a good set of players around you, it build up your confidence. I'm not saying that the Liverpool players are trash right now, which they are, but I mean, Salah is not on the good side of all of this. So hopefully Salah can redeem himself, because I like Salah. So let's see how that goes. As for Liverpool also, Isaac is still yet to make a mark. $100 and something million, the way how he treated Newcastle. Well, I must say, teams and coaches do treat players bad too. So you can't blame him for what he want. But man, I just think that he should have stayed, because he was the man there and he could have created his stood there. Now he came to Liverpool and things are not working out so right for Isaac. So let's see where that will go, right? Real Madrid, they managed to score one goal and beat Juventus. It was like one of the simplest of tap-ins for Jude, but it came after excellent work from Vinny, and hit the bar and came back out, hit the post and came back out, and Bellingham was the first to react and tap it in. That was a fair game. Both goalkeepers work really, really well. Yeah, so none of the two teams were dominant. I think it was an even game, but as I said, both goalkeepers really, really, really showed up, and the game ended 1-0. Congratulations to Real Madrid also, but I think that game should have been 0-0 or 1-1. My fair, honest opinion. All right, so looking forward to this weekend of Premier League. So let me know what you think in the comments about this week of Champions League. Very eventful week of Champions League, I should say. Which game do you think was the most exciting game over the weekend? During the week, I should say, not over the weekend, but during the week of all the games that goes on. Which game you think was the most exciting game? Which game you think? I think Chelsea. And another question, do you think Salah is ready for Saudi Arabia? Do you think it's that time in his career? Let me know what you think below. Just drop the comments below. All right, here we go. We come to the end of this podcast. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and follow the movement at Gossip Goalpost. Thank you again for watching, and as usual, peace.